Like that.
Okay, perfect.
Hi Tyrone, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Did you find it okay?
Yeah, the journey here was a little rough, got a little lost, but
Okay. I'm sorry about that. I do think the postcode is quite new, so it might not be registering.
yeah, fair enough. All good.
But good to see you and welcome to your first counselling session.
Oh, thank you.
Have you attended counselling before?
No, this is my first time.
Okay.
First time.
Well, that's good. I'll let you know what we do here so you have an idea. And of course, feel free to ask me any questions as we go. So at the Wellness Center, we focus on person-centered approach. So what that means is that we believe that you are the expert in your own life. And essentially, we are here to guide you through the strategies and goals to make the changes that you desire. So that means I won't be telling you what to do. I'll be really guided by you and the direction you want to work. And I'm more of a facilitator for that process. Is that making sense?
That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense.
And now just the admin behind the whole counselling process. So we do have a cancellation policy. So if you let me know at least within 48 hours that if you cannot attend the appointment, we do understand life happens, things happen outside of here. But if you let us know in advance, then we don't have to charge you, and I would prefer it that way. But if we don't know in time, then we're going to have to get the full fee.
2 days before, you said?
Yes.
Perfect.
And also, just give us a call and let us know, and no problem with that at all. And just in terms of the payment ongoing, just if you can make the payment either by cash or app post before your session, and then we can carry on with the session. And another aspect of our counselling practice is confidentiality. So everything you do say to me is confidential, and by that I mean that it's kept within these walls.
Yeah.
There are times when I do have to break it, and that is when I believe you're at risk or other people are at risk. And by risk, that can be involved harming yourself or harming others. And that's when I do have to get other people involved to make sure that all parties are safe. And also we have to break confidentiality at times too if your case notes are subpoenaed by another practice, but in that instance they would still need your go ahead with that, or just don't do it without notifying you.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. And we also keep the notes, so we do take some notes during the session. And again, it's also just so when you come back again, we're not starting all over again, so I know where we've left off. Keeps us on track, and also just for confidential purposes, we do have to write it down. It's a requirement really, and again that's kept only for those who need to see that, which in this case is myself, and not exposed to everybody else. And how does that sound so far?
That sounds good. Sounds fair, understandable.
Okay, and all of this will be available on the contract, which I will give it to you and you can sign, and you can always refer to and from as needed. So you can always ask questions regarding all of that. And so just before we start, is it okay if I take notes? Just need to get your permission, of course.
Completely okay.
And like I said before, feel free to stop me anytime if you feel uncomfortable, have any questions, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is your contract here, so if you can just sign, and what I'll do, yes, that's everything that we've just discussed. I will make a copy of that and make sure to give it to you before you leave today. Awesome, thank you. Okay, so I can see from your referral here that we've received that you are studying CPA.
Yeah.
Well done for that, that's really great.
Thank you.
And you're just having some concerns regarding that you want to...
Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to continue doing it or not right now. Yeah.
Okay. So is that something you'd like to focus on today, whether you want to continue or not?
Yeah. Just some advice on what I should do.
Right. Okay. But remember, as I said, I'm not going to really advise you. We're going to work through that, and you're going to hopefully at the end of today have those answers for yourself, and maybe even work it through from today.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's making you think of whether continuing or not? What issues are you feeling regarding that?
Just been a little bit stressed recently.
Mhm.
Just a lot going on in my life right now.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, just a little overwhelmed. I'm
Mhm.
studying as well as working. I
Yeah.
have two kids, and I just feel like, my wife really isn't spending enough time with me. I'm feeling a little insecure in my relationship right now, and it's just really edgy. Sorry, it's a little,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
just a little overwhelmed. I'm just
Yeah.
not sure if I can continue juggling all that whilst trying to complete my CPA.
Mhm.
It's just a lot going on. I just don't know what I should do.
Okay. It does really sound like it's something that's really causing you some anxiety and overwhelming feelings. I can understand that. I can see that from just your face too. Um, and just so I make sure I've heard you right, you're finding that balancing the studying plus your home life you're finding that balance a bit tricky at the moment?
Yeah, I am finding it a little difficult to do that whilst, just even basically just getting basic sleep and just not stressing as much. I'm finding it really hard. I'm just
Mhm.
considering maybe I should drop it, maybe, or I don't know if I should just push through and finish it. I'm not too sure right
Okay.
now.
Well, let's just suppose these scenarios just for now. What would it be like if you did drop it? What would be the advantages for dropping it for you?
I guess it's kind of a stress taken away
Mm-hmm.
from my current life, obviously, with everything going on at home
Yeah.
and at work. I guess that CPA is kind of an added thing, so
Mm-hmm.
obviously dropping it would release just a bit of stress.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how it would pan out with the rest,
Mm-hmm.
so I'd probably still be very stressed. I have a lot of other stuff going on in my life,
Right.
but it'll probably just help me out just a little bit, just to get a little something off my back, free up a little more time to just
Okay.
de-stress and find something else to do.
Yeah. So what you're saying, since that you would find if you did stop studying, it would free you up stress-wise. You'd be
Yeah.
able to focus on the other aspects of your life, which are still stressful.
Yeah.
But it would be just one less thing.
Yeah.
To worry about. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And what do you think the disadvantages of you dropping would be if you stopped doing your CPA? What would be the disadvantages that you might come across?
I think that I did my CPA in the first place because I wanted to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like it's kind of just a pause on something that I really want to do, and obviously it's not like I can just continue from what I started.
Yeah.
I have to completely restart it if I want to do it back again, and I guess I'm kind of halfway now, so I really should just push through it, but I am finding it a little difficult, but it'll definitely just help me achieve the goals that I want to achieve by just finishing my CPA.
Okay. So let me just see if I've got this right. You're saying if you stopped it, then you'd have to start again.
Yeah.
If you did
Yeah.
want to continue.
Yeah.
And what would that be like for you starting it again?
Well, I just feel like I've used a lot of my time currently studying and just doing my CPA.
Yeah.
I made it halfway, have to restart. I take all that time again, and like even if my situation is completely okay by that time, it is gonna add an extra bit of stress for an extra elongated period of time starting it again.
Okay. Just from hearing what you're saying there, it sounds like the CPA is something very important to you. Is that right?
It is.
And it's something that is it going to help you in your role?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just from your referral, it does state that you're quite, you really enjoy your job.
Yeah.
And so the CPA will help you to go to the next level in your career?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you look at those disadvantages and advantages, what do you sense is the right direction for yourself?
For me, it's kind of like a moral battle compared to what I want. It's just like I really want to do my CPA, but me finishing my CPA may internally affect my family, which may also affect my workplace, and obviously my relationship with my husband and stuff like that. So all of that stuff is kind of shaky right now. I'm just trying to think like, is finishing my CPA potentially worth kind of impacting my family, or which one should I choose? It's kind of like family or CPA right now, and I don't know that dropping it will change my family situation, but I'm just not sure if it's a risk worth taking.
Okay, that's good. It's when you look at the risk and the pros and cons that way. Does it offer you some clarity at all about which direction to take?
It does, but still a little on edge.
Yeah.
I'm just not too sure. I feel like either choice is gonna be something it's gonna be a risk. It's just with which risk is more worth taking.
That's it, yeah. And I think that's what it is about. It's about figuring out which one is worth taking. But looking at you and just talking to you today and seeing how far you've come, it sounds to me that you do have that strength and ability to make the right decision. Like you've had your family, you've got your job, you've managed to go up the scale in your business, you've already been doing your CPA up to this point, and you're not just studying, you're getting great marks. So to me, I can see that you do have the strengths and the skills to carry on, or either way, you have those strengths in you. So it's about what works best for you, really. That's what you need to consider at times. And I believe you can make that decision, because just from the past decisions you have made in your life up to this stage, and they've been okay.
Thank you. That was actually so empowering. I really felt that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, we're coming towards the end of our session now, and the decision to carry on or not is obviously something that, do you feel you want to give that some more thought? And after what we've discussed today, I think looking at the disadvantages and advantages has brought some factors into your mind for you to consider. Is that right?
Yeah. For me right now, I guess I am. You've very much sprung the thought that I've already put a lot of effort in my CPA, and I'd be ashamed to throw it away.
Yeah.
But in also saying that I'm not 100% sure what that's going to lead to. So I'll just maybe just a little more time to think about it. Maybe our next session, I'll know by then.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a little bit of more time. But yeah, I do think that you're coming from the right place and saying that I did work very hard for my CPA, and that my life actually hasn't fallen apart right now. So it would be a shame to just throw it away.
That's good. I'm glad that you've managed to have some idea of what to move forward with and some points to think through. I'm glad about that. So we'll see you in a couple of weeks, and you can let me know what you've decided at that point, and we can leave it from there. Is there anything you want to discuss at our next session that I can make a note of?
Not right now. Probably in regards to my decision, and maybe I'll have some other thoughts of that.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely know by my next session with you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.